Hey, what is up, guys? It is Mark with the Rad Computers Computer Repair stream, and I am not looking at my preview. Ah, there I am. I'm doing good today, mostly. Thank you, Darkest, for asking. The deja vu seems to be slowly going away. It still freaks me out. Like, the anxiety of having it, even showing up, freaks me out, so... It still comes and goes. I still have ringing in my head. I did get a call the other day from the neurologist. They do have my results, but since I'm on a really shitty health insurance plan, I can't even go see them until the 18th when my benefits renew, because they will only pay for me to see the doctor 3 times a year. So we are waiting until the 18th to figure out what is going on with me. Hopefully it's nothing serious. What's going on, Nico and Solidus? Good to see both of you. I'm just kind of doing some last minute cleanup of my desk. And I have a Synology NAS over here that we need to do. My motherboard should have been delivered. Can you check and see if it's in that bottom box?
Yeah, I haven't opened any of these.
Yeah, I think that's the motherboard.
I'm expecting, so I don't open them.
Yep, no problem. We got some fan splitters finally, some 4-pin fan splitters. That's nice. Yep, that's it. That's fine, just leave that there. Or hand it to me. I'll grab it, thank you. Thank you for not slamming the door as well. Thank you.
What?
Alright, and thanks for not slamming the door. Okay, so you guys remember that motherboard that I was trying to buy? It was the Gigabyte X79 UP4 that was selling on eBay brand new for like $400 to $600. I managed to snag one for like $155, I think. Oh, that was nice. So
this is your build.
Yep. So he put it inside of a brand new X470 Aorus Gaming 7 Wi-Fi box, even though this isn't the motherboard that I needed. Let's put the NAS stuff down here real quick. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. I have noticed that my deja vu seems to be triggered by new locations and new situations. That's when things feel the most familiar, which is really weird, because I feel like my new situation has already happened. My old existing situations feel new, so it's backwards. It's very strange, very interesting. Let's see. My toe is, so yesterday I thought I broke my toe. It still hurts really bad, but I think it's just stubbed and really bruised. It's the middle toe on my left foot. I rammed it really hard against the table on accident while I was trying to scold my dog for peeing on a chair leg. So, but yeah. I do feel healthier. I am feeling a lot better. I'm taking medication now. It's called Lamictal. It's an anti-epileptic. I take 25 milligrams in the morning and 25 milligrams at night. And hopefully I start getting even more better. The ringing in my head is still occurring. I think it's starting to subside, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I just notice it less. I don't know. Let's take a look and see what eBay brought. Sorry for hitting the microphone, guys. So this is the motherboard that I won on eBay. This is the X470 Aorus Gaming 7 Wi-Fi board box, but included some packing foam. That is not actually the motherboard that's in here. Okay. This is the motherboard I've been hoping for. This is the dual BIOS Gigabyte X79 motherboard that I had in my computer with my 3930K that I was able to overclock by 47%. Let's take a look and see. I love this motherboard. This motherboard is what solidified me as a Gigabyte diehard, because I was able to do some crazy stuff with this board in terms of overclocking. Let me get a full screen up here real quick, and let me start Restream bot real quick. Oh yeah, no, the heat sinks on this are sexy. I love them. Alright, so I can see what you guys are saying now. Let me full screen this real quick. Full screen me. Let's see, can I do that from live? Huh, I can't. Alright, so you have to go to editor. I think. Okay, yep, I have to go to editor, and then I have to go to output projector, and then I gotta go full screen. Alright, and looks like Restream chat is updating itself. There's a tiny bit of debris there. Just lightly tapping that. Probably not the best idea with a Q-tip. Let's see. Sent out a couple of quotes for computers today and the past couple of days, so hopefully tomorrow we'll be building another 8700K 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, 2 4 terabytes in RAID 1. Maybe it's not 4 terabytes, I don't remember. My memory sucks now with everything that's going on. I mean, it's always been sort of bad, but it's like really bad now. Alright. Let's tighten this arm because it keeps moving. Okay. Restream chat is needing to update itself. Okay. There we go. Awesome. Now I can see. Alright, let's take a look and see about these pins. They look good. For the price, I was expecting it to have like maybe 1 vent pin, but I mean, that looks good to me. I wish this would focus better. It's hard to focus on processor pins. I do see one tiny bit of debris that I would really like to get out. If I could find my picks. No idea where my picks are. So let's see what we got. Had a really fine-tipped, that'll work. So we got a really fine-tipped soldering tip, basically a needle. Alright. The one I want is right there. Nope, I still see it. That's annoying. Alright, it's good enough for me. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to put a processor on there. Alright, so we have the engineering sample that we had previously, and we have the 4960X, which we were experiencing quite a few issues with, but I think I want to try it with the 4960 first, and then we will visit this when we start doing the build. I don't think I'm going to do a full build on it. We might just do a skeletal testing build. But at least this way I don't have to worry about the pins getting screwed up in the meantime, because that would suck. Alright, so we'll set this aside. For another day. Let's see, he said he found some stuff. Oh, he's got the manuals. Oh, it's the white one with the orange and blue on the front. Hell yeah. Yep, X79 UP4, baby. I love this. He's got the triple SLI bridge, or the quad SLI bridge here. He even had the IO shield. That is awesome. God, if I could give this guy... He even had screws. What a nice person. Cool. So... Alright. The only thing this thing is really missing is M.2 compatibility, but that didn't really become a thing until a couple years later. I am very pleased with this purchase. I put it on my credit card. Probably shouldn't have done that, but what the hell. Alright, we'll take the engineering sample and we'll stick it in there. We'll take this board and stick it down here. Alright, the next thing I want to do before we continue is I want to troubleshoot my own laptop, because I've been having an issue with this thing where it only posts part of the time, which is annoying. Here, I'll show you. Turn that off. Alright. So, if we fully power this down, really weird that... Okay. I have an HDMI adapter that didn't work, actually. Let me go grab it and see if it works anyway. Give me just a second, guys. It's in my car. I used it as a service call yesterday. Okay. So this is a StarTech mini display port to HDMI, DVI, and VGA adapter. This used to work for me pretty well. It worked at home, I thought, but when I was trying to get my laptop to read on a computer the other day, on a TV the other day, it wouldn't work. I had to hack this television to turn off the screen timeout for this restaurant. It was driving them crazy. Alright, let's see if we can get the Elgato to read this. And doesn't look like the Elgato is going to read. Huh, that sucks. But we are experiencing the problem that I was talking about. So this is the problem that I've been experiencing with my own laptop. It just comes up to the screen where it should be posting and then doesn't respond to anything. It'll do this twice, and then on the third time it'll boot up. So if I hard power down and then power up again, does it again. This is the second time. Oh. I think I know what the problem is. I think I have two internal hard drives. I think one of them's dying. I already ran memtest86 on it for over 48 hours, 0 errors, 16 gigs of RAM, so I let it run over a weekend, basically, when I wasn't using it. I thought it was the RAM because when I did my DJ gig a couple weeks ago, the program was acting really weird. You think it might be the CMOS battery? You know, that very well could be. It is getting close to the time, but I really think that it's going to be my spare SSD. So, all right. Oh yeah, look at my ghetto. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because the SSD isn't sitting correctly. I completely forgot about that. Man, I can't believe that's been running like that for so long. Let's fix that first of all. I would not do that to a customer's computer. Only to my own. I think I did it out of desperation because I was in a hurry. Okay. Hey, Katie. Are you sure you have the same model Lenovo? They all look the same. Okay. There's supposed to be a oh, that's right. So I put these in here because there's supposed to be a bracket, but when I bought the laptop, it had no bracket, so I had to improvise, and I found that Q-tips fit just right inside of this space. And that's why it's ghettofied. Alright. We do need to pull out the DVD drive, which is actually hosting a 940 Pro. I'm pretty sure the 940 Pro is the problem. Even though I ran the Samsung Magician software on it, it's got the latest and greatest, all that hoopla. Oh, keyboard condom. To prevent people from spilling drinks on my keyboard. Hey, Worry, what's up, dude? Tape 2 drives together? That's annoying. Hey, what's up, Raffle? You'd get them if you were in Discord. We saw it live here. Yep, absolutely. Hey, I gotta be resourceful, man. Alright, well, so this is actually doing the same thing now. Oh shit, it might be the Crucial. Could be the Crucial drive. Which would be really disheartening because I used quite a bit of Crucial drives, and this is the 4th one in a year that I've had, like, start acting. Yes, it is the W541. Oh, you can see it. Yeah, sorry. I'm covering that part with the chat. Yes, it is. It is the W541. This is a sexy quad-core i7. True quad-core with 8 threads and all that good stuff. Oh, man. So, it might be my Crucial drive, guys. I think we have to do a drive clone on this thing. What's weird is if I can force it into the BIOS, it'll go. But here's the second attempt. I don't think it's going to go into the BIOS. It also doesn't respond to Control-Alt-Delete. And I know that normally it would. So now here's the third time. Let's boot it up, and it's going to go straight over to the operating system. Come on. Go straight to the operating system, like I know you want to. Uh-oh. I have all my DJing stuff on here, so if that drive goes bad, I'm gonna be really mad. Luckily, replacements aren't very expensive. Okay, so here we go. Now it's going in. Ah, this is what it does the other time. Alright, so we're gonna try it again. You think it's a CMOS battery? I mean, that would be nice. I wonder if it's a standard battery. There's the processor. This is a 4th gen. This is a 4th gen i7 processor, and it's still removable, which is nice. Unlike the, I think they started making them BGA soldered in the 5th generation. Alright, so it wasn't the hard drive, but we did fix something that needed to be addressed, which is nice. Under the mouse pad, great. Oh, there it is. I hate that they make them like this. It's a Mitsubishi CR 2032. test the voltage on it. Okay, so a 2032 battery should be giving off 1.5 volts, if I remember correctly. If I can get this to plug in somewhere. Let me grab a 1-foot extension cable. Oh, man, my toe hurts. Okay, so I modded my cheap little Bosch multimeter with a power adapter so that I could power it. Now, if I recall correctly, this needed a 9-volt battery, and it's set to 9.5 volts. That's good. As it should be. Hello. How are you? Okay, Aaron will be with you in just a second. Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
All right, so we need to read the voltage on this battery. Well, when you have the full shield and stuff on this, it's a pain in the ass to change the batteries out, so I didn't want to do that. And let's grab the battery pack.
So this is your old one. I'm gonna throw
CR22 should be putting out 3 volts, not 1.5. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the ones. Yeah. It was the charger.
I stubbed it really hard.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I was using the wrong one. That's why. And I know last time you were in, when you dropped it off, it was working.
Okay.
It works now, and that's all that really matters to me.
Right? Yeah.
It's a confiscated back of mine.
So we are getting 3 volts, 3.23, which means the battery is good. So the issue, while we had hoped that it would be battery, is not. I'm actually really surprised that this still has a fully charged CR2032 in it. Okay. So, our next troubleshooting step is to see if it hangs without this drive in here. Granted, it's not going to boot off of this drive, the Samsung, because it doesn't have an OS on it.
Yeah, he used to come here, or he used to work out here, separate business though. He actually went out of business.
Oh, we did? Oh, shit. So you guys don't know anyone else that fixes phone screens?
Nope.
I recommend donating more. The place that I personally would recommend is the Batteries Plus down opposite of Mill. Right down here, they're pretty good. High turnover rate too. About the same price as well.
I had another question. How much do you guys charge for like a battery monitor? Because I have a Synology gaming laptop that won't turn on. I have a built-in charger and everything that won't turn on.
Yeah, that's just so great. You bring it in, I mean, usually.
Did I really just do that? Good.
But I can give you a call as soon as they're done. Let you know how much it would be.
All right.
Okay. What do you think the issue would be?
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
That's what the diagnostics are for.
Could be DC jack, AC jack, could be, I mean, your RAM, it could be battery, it could be screen. It could be a million different things.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not the drive. It's probably like an issue with the charging or motherboard. But yeah, I'll see when I can bring it in. All right, cool. Man. Thanks.
Ha! It's hanging still, even without the crucial in it. Huh. What does that mean? I don't think I've ever done a BIOS update on this. Could very well be corrupt BIOS. Seems to be going consecutively ever since I took out the little wireless adapter, but of course it's just been restarting. If it was the little wireless adapter, I'm gonna be so mad. It's the adapter that I use for the mouse that I haven't really been using it with. Also, for those of you that know me, know that I like to cook. Those of you that don't know me should know that I really like to cook. So I have a new Instagram for a lot of my cooking stuff. So if you're on the keto diet, or if you just want to see what I cook, then you can go to Instagram.com/ratatouille. I tried getting the actual spelled out ratatouille, even though it's ratatouille, I know that. But somebody already took it, and so I was forced to improvise. Ratatouille. But yeah, so anyway, I like cooking. Let's just leave that as is for now. Change the camera angle here. Take the keyboard condom off. I'm thinking about live streaming my cooking. I'm cooking keto for my downstairs neighbor, which weighs almost 600 pounds. Really, really, really nice guy. He's paying for the food. All I gotta do is cook it. I think we might have found our problem. But, yeah, I was thinking about streaming it because you guys have, you guys have been listening to my pleas and my headache over the past several months or not several months, but several weeks with my deja vu, and it seems like I am most calm when I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking stuff. So I've volunteered to help him lose weight by cooking keto for him. Also in effect to help myself. But he has 2 little girls, he has 2 dogs, and he's super nice, and I didn't want him to I didn't want anything to happen to him. So yeah, anyway. So that's that. Alright, so all we did so far was we took out the wireless adapter from Logitech. This is a Logitech unifying receiver adapter. I wonder if it's failing. Well, shit in my cereal. Ruined by a dongle. Yep, seems to be the case, boys. But yeah, no, I do enjoy cooking. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see that I like cooking. I'll even show you guys a preview of the food that I made today. I don't follow any recipes. I just kind of improvise because, improv. But I was gonna make 2 of these but Brittany ate one of the sirloin patties that we had left in the freezer, and so this is what I made today for lunch before I came into work. I really hate the focus on this. Focus. Focus. Let's do this. Focus. There you go. The C920 focuses way better. So this is a sirloin burger with real cheese, 2 strips of bacon cut in half, so 4 strips. I buy a lot of steak, and I always get it from Albertsons when it's buy one, get 3 free. I also sauteed some mushrooms. I poached my first egg, guys. That's my first egg poaching attempt ever. And I'd say it went pretty well. Things I would do differently is I would keep it on the... first of all, I would use a non-stick spoon. And I'd use a non-stick spoon, and I would... Let's see, I'd use a non-stick spoon, and I would slowly lower it into the water, and I would use slightly higher water. And I'd never let it off the spoon. Probably use a deeper cooking apparatus, because I used a deep dish pan, and I think I probably could have used a smaller like sauce pot and boiled the water, which would have been quicker also, and then used a stainless steel non-slip ladle. That probably would have been a lot better. But yeah, no, so I get a lot of sirloin, and occasionally I'll buy ribeye, which is my favorite, but I get a lot of sirloin because like every 3 weeks it goes on sale, buy 1 family pack, get 3 free. And a family pack comes with usually 4 sirloin steaks, and then you get 12 more for free. And so that's what I've been doing. It was my first time poach. Like you could kind of tell by looking at the remnants of what was left. Like some of the more loose egg particles had gotten all over the place, and yeah, it wasn't pretty. But it was my first time poach, no instruction. I knew what a poached egg was, and I understood kind of what was done to make it, because I had asked the chef like, I don't know, 5 years ago what a poached egg was. Or no, it wasn't the chef. I asked the waitress what a poached egg was, and her father was a chef, and she knew because she helped in the kitchen, and she told me, and I guess today I finally decided to give it a shot. And I actually really like it. I prefer a fried egg myself, just because, you know, fried egg. Alright, let's try to turn this off and back on a couple times. And anyway, yeah, I love fried eggs. Just a little bit of oil in the pan, and just fry that egg with salt and pepper. Okay, so we've got this, and now once we get this to shut off and we get it to power on one more time, then what we're going to do is we will try to do the NAS. So we spent the first hour doing my laptop and checking out the motherboard, and we'll spend the second half, the next hour, doing the NAS assembly and configuration. What you guys have all been waiting for. Dude, I was so pissed off when I couldn't get my laptop to start that day. Oh man. USB device not fucking letting it turn on. Let's see if we have the most up-to-date BIOS. I'm pretty sure we do, but... Okay. Actually works out much better. Oh, my battery is running low. I don't remember where I put my charger. Here it is. That refresh rate though. Yes, the best part's coming up. I didn't know you worked at an IHOP. Okay. So let's do CPUID.com. Actually, you know what? Let's go into the actual BIOS and find out what the date is. This doesn't take too long, so. I'm just gonna use the adapter on something else. I almost never use a mouse with this laptop. I only had it on here because I was using this laptop to stream, and it was a lot more user-friendly for me to use a mouse with it. Okay. 4710 MQ, 16 gigs of RAM. Track point is disabled. I did swap the function and control keys because I really hate that Lenovo puts the function key out here. It's stupid. Yeah, it does. I like the F keys to be the primary function, not the actual, not the hieroglyphs that they use. All right, video mode on dock. Don't need any boot time extension. Huh. So I did disable speed steps so that it would always be at the maximum performance. And then I optimized it for the battery. Did this a long time ago. I've had this laptop for like 3 years, I think. Turned off the power management so that it wouldn't try to step it down. That was to optimize it for DJing. Everything looks good. So our BIOS date here is 2015-09-03. Just take a picture of this real quick. Oh, what's up, dude? Took me a second to figure out. I was like, man, I know that name somewhere. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go to Lenovo's website real quick. I doubt they have a newer BIOS, but it never hurts to try. again. There we go. Might have an extension that's trying to redirect me. Although, I doubt it. Okay, BIOS update, W541. Top downloads. Lenovo makes a solid product, but man, their fucking website sucks. Holy shit, they're still updating this thing? April 2nd, 2019, they came out with one. That was literally last week. Ah, yep, you're right. Alright, let's see what the details are. We are several versions behind then, guys. Let's see here. Holy shit, they've been updating this thing regularly. We were on version 224, so we missed out on 14 versions. Let's check the README real quick. Oops. They can't just put it in here, they make you download the whole thing. Looks like they've got some cumulative text here. Doubt you guys can read that. Security fix. No new functions or enhancements. Fix an issue where Windows 10 may fail to start up in certain systems that have less than 8 gigs of RAM after installing KB447691. Previous version. Security fix addresses vulnerabilities. Speculative execution side channel variants. Intel active management technology. Security fix. Updated CPU microcode. So there might be some enhancements, maybe. Sounds more like I'm going to take a performance hit than anything, but it's okay. Let's do it. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. All right. Here we go, it's flashing. Alright, it says it's continued at system reboot. And it's rebooting us. Very good. Funny you should post a link to Crystal Disk Info because it just got finished testing my NVMe drive earlier. I just wanted to speed check it. I'm still getting over 3,000 megabytes a second for sequential reads, 1872 for sequential writes. I wanted to compare that to the Intel 600p, which is like super cheap for an NVMe drive. Or the 660p, not the 600p. Let's see. The BIOS is updating, so just comparing what I was able to do. This was mine right here. This is the 600p, or the 660p. The 660p is benchmarked on Amazon by several users. It's pretty damn good for the price. I mean, it's almost within 10% of the 970, which is just nuts. Oh, now it's flashing. All right. Alright, flash is done. Let's go back to that. And we're back. I'm going to restart it one more time. Go into the BIOS real quick and just verify that it did update. Hey, Big Sonic 13, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Over in Mixer Land. I was reading that. I totally forgot to go into the BIOS. Okay, one more time.
You gotta work?
Yeah. We figured out it was the Logitech adapter that we had plugged in.
That's fun.
Alright. Let's see if we can do the Elgato now.
Are you gonna try to switch over so you can fix the board?
Huh?
Are you gonna try to swap over to the laptop so you can do the board?
No. I just wanted this fixed because it's mine. Alright, so where are we at? Yep, still can't see anything. Sorry, guys. That's annoying. Okay, so here's our old BIOS information. Here's our new BIOS information. BIOS version went up. Date. The ME firmware version stayed the same as expected. Machine type model stayed the same. Serial number, all that stuff. It didn't change our speed. Shit, I don't even think it changed our settings. The main thing I care about is the function and control key being swapped. Okay. We didn't make any changes, so. Wonder if it'll boot now that it's been flashed. Let's try this. Okay, so should be under mice and keyboards. So it gets a HID compliant mouse. I'm pretty sure this is the mouse for it. Yeah. So that's the mouse for it. Let's see what happens if we shut it down now that we've updated the BIOS. No, I think the adapter just went bad. thought it worked at my house, but I didn't change any settings in the BIOS, and then like one day I just tried to use this and it didn't work anymore, so I probably just need to get another one. Or the port is bad. Okay, so laptop is completely off. We've got the little wireless dongle plugged in, and it's still booting. So it didn't work yesterday in Windows, which was disappointing, but we'll try it. We'll try to project to the Elgato. Let's see why not. Alright, Windows key P for project. Duplicate. Oh, are we on the Elgato now? Hell yeah, we are. Son of a bitch! Alright, well, I was doing something wrong the other day. Maybe. Okay. Well, that's super annoying. It wouldn't have fixed the problem that they were having over at Alien Donuts anyway. Those of you that follow us on Instagram know that we were at Alien Donuts the other day doing some work. Donuts stop believing. Anyway, so I had to hack their televisions using ADB and change the timeout number that their televisions were set to because their TVs kept going to sleep after 3 to 5 minutes, and that was like the most you could have it show a static image for, so I changed it to 24 hours basically, or 28 hours. And they haven't called me today, and so I'm pretty sure it's done now, which is good. Okay, let's get to the Synology NAS. We'll just disconnect this and let it hang out for a little bit. Alright, so I do like this letter that was written by the eBay guy. His handwriting sucks, but anyway, it says, thanks, I was able to find the manuals, most of the original SLI connectors, and included some screws and SATA cables from my new Mobo. Sorry I couldn't find the original box, but at least it's still a gigabyte. Enjoy, Reed. Thanks, Reed. We'll just keep that with the box. Alright. So, the moment you all have been waiting for, I'm going to build us a NAS. It's a nice little home NAS that you can access from outside of your house with proper port forwarding or built-in cloud services. Oh, there's another set of fan adapters. I bought 9 of these so that we wouldn't have to worry about it again. Alright, so Synology makes NAS units. They are pretty good. I like them because they're easy to configure and set up. I normally come into a situation where they already have a Synology, so I've only really built one of these. They are really finicky with drives, with SSDs particularly. You have to get specific SSDs, but luckily this gentleman just wanted two 2TB drives in a RAID 1 mirror setup. This is the DS21J. It has a gigabit LAN port, which was important, 512 megs of RAM, and I think it's an Intel Celeron processor. That's just for controlling the GUI and, of course, shuttling data back and forth. Let's see, what else? Anything else important about this? It has one USB, no, two USB 3.0 external ports. That's about it. Alright, let's do our little unboxing here. Nobody packs boxes better than Noctua. I'm sorry, but their unboxing experience is just, like, hot. So this is the white NAS unit. They make them in white or black. Okay, here it is. Nothing too crazy looking, looks like your standard NAS. These are relatively easy to get into. You just slide it open like this, pop the side panel off, put your drives in, seal it up, and use the screws that are here inside of the box. Time to get nasty. Cost to customer, we're using genuine NAS drives, Western Digital Reds, and I think we charged $375 for the parts. Let me check. Let me see what the parts cost us first. So the parts, it was $85 per drive and $169 for the NAS. So it was $368 in parts after tax. I think we charged him $400 for the NAS. We made $40 there. $400 for the parts, and then for the assembly it was like 50 bucks. So not too much. Hey DMet, good to see you, bro. But we are going to deliver and set it up, which is where we're going to make the most money, is doing the service call to make sure that it's working. Here are the provided screws that you use for your hard drives. These are the drives for, these are the screws right here for keeping the shell on once it's assembled. So we'll go ahead and set this aside. Alright, these are Western Digital Reds. These are the WD-20 EFR-XSP drives. This is basically their most up-to-date Western Digital Red that you have. Western Digital makes several types of rotational hard drives. The most common one that you see people using is Western Digital Blue. That's the standard consumer drive. Western Digital Green is their Econo drive. You see those most often inside of their backup hard drives. Western Digital Black is their performance drive. Western Digital Yellow is their enterprise drive. Western Digital Red is their NAS drive, and they also make a purple drive, which is for surveillance. We don't typically use the purple drives. I'm not sure what the difference is. I think it has something to do with the read-write heads. Alright, so we're just going to slide this in. Alright, and the holes line up. Mounting holes are here and here, here and here. There is a little lip right here on both sides to separate the drives for heat purposes. You would not want the bottom drive to cook the controller of the top drive. That would be bad, okay? It did include a little cutout notch here, so that's nice. Small business grind, yep, that's very true. Alright. I think $450 for this NAS is a pretty fair price. Delivery and setup is a different story. But for the parts and the assembly, configuration of the user, which shouldn't take super long, I think is a pretty good thing. Alright. Got one more drive. Oh, excellent. Thank you so much, DMET. If you want to learn more about the Western Digital Rainbow, as it's called, you can click the link that DMET just provided. Alright, Worry. Yeah, I don't have save stream selected. I'll turn it on, though. Thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to figure out what settings work best to prevent graphical anomalies over there in Mixerland. I've upped the stream speed to 5200, but it still seems like every now and then I do have some glitches over there. I hope it's a little better today. I was using 4500. I'll have to look it up and see what works best for Mixer for doing 1080. I don't plan on going back to 720, so we'll just have to see. I appreciate you for being here, and I'll see you next time, Worry. Does it? Okay, well, maybe it's restream. It didn't do that before I switched to the FTL. So, it's probably hiccups in their system. I'll lower the bitrate back down to 4500. It's interesting to note that I have put in 4 screws on both sides, and I still have 2 left. This bag might be, I don't know what they would use it for. Because all the screws are in on that side, and all the screws are in on that side. Okay. Go ahead and assemble the NAS. It's also interesting to note that they provided a non-resealable bag for hard drive screws and a resealable bag for the NAS screws that hold the casing on. Don't over tighten. It is plastic. Yes, they can see it. It gets shuttled back and forth. Okay. So we've got the gigabit Ethernet port on here, the 2 USB, and our power. Got our power right here. I've got an Ethernet cable already. Got a manual if we need one. Pretty familiar with this. Ah, there's a plate here that those 2 screws could go through. Ow. I wonder what it's for. Huh. In the manual, it doesn't show the plate anywhere. That's funny. Okay. Well, no matter. Mixer Turf War of 2019. That sounds good, guys. Come at us, bros. Meet you at the parking lot at dawn. You guys are funny. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the Synology set up. I am keeping the packaging for the Synology because I always like the customer to have the same unboxing experience that I do, even if it's already been done. One Ethernet cable. Let's see, which one did I put over here? All right, that's plugged in. Go ahead and turn it on. All right. Got our LAN. Disk 1 is initialized. Disk 2 should be initializing in a second. I believe the IP address defaults to a 222 number. All right, disk station colon 5000. All right, got all greens. Orange flashing light. There are no instructions beyond just what to go to, so I have no idea when it's done initializing. I'm assuming that it's already done initializing. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, okay, yeah. Excuse that for a second. What we need to do now is go to disk station 5000. There's the NAS. Okay, we're gonna set it up, install the latest DSM. This is the disk station manager. It is going to wipe the drive out, which is fine. We don't have anything on it right now anyway. Nobody's here, just wind. Yep. Build-A-Geddon. We gotta come up with a better name than that. Well, I like Build-A-Geddon. It grows on you pretty quick. Build apocalypse. Build apocalypse. I think we could call it something else. Hey Pete.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
You guys have use for these?
What are they?
Static bags?
I have a ton, dude.
You got a ton of them?
I've got more than you do.
Well, someone just gave them to me. I was like, okay, well, I figured you guys might need them.
Nah, I appreciate it though.
Right on. Alright.
Thanks, Pete.
What were they?
Anti-static bags. For those of you that have never used the Synology NAS, they're pretty intuitive. It's almost like having a mini Active Directory built into your NAS system. You can define permissions for folders and all that other stuff. Who has read access, who has write access, who has read-only access, who has no access. It's very straightforward, very simple. I like it for that purpose. It also has apps that are built in, so you can synchronize it with things like Dropbox. I think it might have a way to synchronize with OneDrive. A couple of other things. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, I had another chance to use my Yaogong YG8586 dual rework solder station. That was the one I was complaining about the other day, and I think I've changed my mind. I do like it now that I've had a chance to use it. I think there was just extremely high melt solder on whatever board I was trying to melt earlier, the first time I used it, or it wasn't climbing up to temperature the first time for some reason, because now I've been able to do a couple of DC jacks already, and it works phenomenally well with no problem whatsoever. Alright, 98%. It said it would be ready in about 10 minutes, and now it says it's restarting the disk station in 10 minutes. I think it only took about 4 minutes to do that, so they should have said 15 instead of getting our hopes up. In the meantime, tomorrow, we'll do tech support time. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for this thing to initialize, tomorrow we are going to be building, hopefully, another 8700K with all the good stuff. So it's an 8700K, 16 gigs of RAM, GTX 1660, 1 terabyte drive. Let me look. Let me see what I did. Let me see what I estimated them for. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be building a Line M case, 8700K, Noctua NHD9L, 16 gigs of RAM, GTX 1660, 1 terabyte SSD, 2 terabyte Western Digital Blue rotational, Windows 10 Pro, and a DVD drive. I will have a special guest with me tomorrow. It's going to be Max. She is an employee of the company that ordered this computer. She's also a good friend of mine. She's actually the one that does the art that I was showing off the other day. So she will be here tomorrow to do an assisted build on this machine, and that's going to be pretty fun. So if you want to check that out, be sure to tune in tomorrow while we do that. And it shouldn't take too long to get it all done, because we're not gonna super worry about doing a lot of cable management in that case, because it does not cable manage very well. We also, instead of getting the H60, we went with a Noctua air cooler, because this is a production machine and we don't want it to have any pump failures for the next 5 years. So that'll be cool. Max will be here tomorrow with us. We're still waiting on the delivery of the case, I believe. Let me check and see what we've got. I agree. I think it's going to be nice. It's going to be cool. Solidus, I think you're the only person watching. Or the counter is off, I have no idea. I think the counter is probably off. Let's see here. Oh yeah, yeah, the counter is definitely off. Okay, so let's see here. The parts that we're waiting on right now. Let's check out the orders. We're waiting on the crucial P1 1TB NVMe drive. We're waiting on the LG DVD drive and the case. Everything else has been delivered already. So that should be good. We're doing a lot of 8700K builds. The reason why I'm sticking with the 8700K is because the 9000 series had some thermal paste complaints. People were having to delid their processors just to swap out the thermal paste with an all-metal solution. And they dropped hyperthreading in the 9 series, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they would do that. It seems like a huge... I mean, they dropped it in the i7s for the 9 series. It seems like a dumb move. Like, don't they know what they're competing against? AMD has parallel processing on almost all of their processors that are Ryzen based. I don't know. Intel seems like they took a step backwards in that regard, so... Okay. Yeah, they're more expensive and they're getting trounced on really bad right now. AMD is outselling them like hardcore, which is pretty crazy. Okay, we have 5 minutes left on the NAS. It's still doing the restart. You guys can check this out right here. I'll just pull that up. We will wait. In the meantime, we got a first image of a black hole. Our very first image of a black hole. I think that's pretty cool. I'm a huge fan of science, which is interesting. My only question is, if it's a black hole, why does it always look like there's a ring? Like, if there's stuff that's, you know, around this entire sphere of matter and mass, then why don't we see the glow from the matter that's facing us? You know, like, why doesn't it look like a sun instead of a hole? Anyway, that's just something I'm gonna have to ask in Reddit on Explain Like I'm 5. Oh, and another topic of conversation. We don't have Discord on here. Why don't we have Discord? We need Discord. Let's get the Discord app. Still restarting our disk station. Do they really? I do like, if you're talking about ECC RAM, I like what they do for the right purpose, but I would never use it myself. Oh yeah, let's check the status of our servers real quick. So we have a Don't Starve Together server that has been running like pretty non-stop. It's a 64-player Don't Starve server that's been up like all the time. So if any of you guys play Don't Starve Together or Unreal Tournament 2004, we actually have 3 servers out for Unreal Tournament 2004 now. I made one for College Date, a College Date tribute. For those of you that have played Unreal Tournament 2004, you should know about the College Date server. It was one of the most populated demo servers in the entire server master list. I created a college date tribute just for them. Looks like we do have, oh, we've got some activity in there right now, actually. Alright, the NAS just restarted. Got a bunch of stuff going on inside here. Alright. So that's good. We also have our Unreal Tournament 2004 server. We'll check real quick. This has been up for 15 hours. It looks like some kind of restart happened yesterday. Maybe last night. Alright, so we've got our pure server, got our modded server. We don't have the college date server up. Should be running. There's our college date tribute server going up. Go ahead and fix that. I know what's causing that problem. C:\program data Microsoft Windows Start Menu Programs. All programs startup. Forgot to put the shortcut in there. It's my bad. Alright, so now all three servers should show up all the time. Doesn't look like anybody's using our modded server just yet. Oh, maybe that challenger out there. Nope. Nobody used it since it rebooted. Okay, and our pure server is running. Anybody hopping it? Nope, nobody hopping it. Okay. And then we've got our college date tribute server. We will check our Unreal 4 real quick. These are the servers that we're hosting. Our next servers that we're gonna make, I did have a request for Rust, and I had a request for Arc, so we will be making a Rust and an Arc server. Thinking about moving the Unreal 4 server into the other virtual machine just to minimize the amount of overhead that we're consuming. Doesn't look like anybody's using this one either. Well, maybe. I don't know, it's hard to tell on this. The server software is really buggy that they provide, so... Okay, so server name. I don't know what we're gonna call this. Okay, we're gonna call this Nicholas NAS. Okay. We're gonna create a username. Okay, you guys can't see the password, so let's do that. Hey Jeff, how are you, man? Thanks to the host over there in Mixerland. I appreciate it. All right, so while we're waiting for this to prepare the storage space, I'm doing a lot better lately. Thank you for asking. Okay, so we want that to occur. Want that to occur. Okay. We need to create a Synology account for him. create this without you guys looking. Okay, now we go back to screen mirroring. I'm doing much better. I'm still having deja vu. It's only in new situations, new environments, new places. But aside from that, I don't seem to have it as much. I'm taking the medication still, and I found out on Monday that they have my test results, but since I can't afford to go see them until my benefits renew on the 18th, or on the 15th, I'm stuck for the next week, basically, without any answers. So keep me in your thoughts, keep me in your prayers, keep your fingers crossed, hope for the best. Oh, come on. Alright, let's go back to this real quick. Okay, and we're back. This will not let us finish this. Let's just skip this setup for now. Yeah, does it really? Yeah, it's probably their processing over in Restream. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go with the recommended package because he is gonna use some of these features. Media server, audio station, and hyper backup is good to have. Go ahead and let it know. Yep, that's fine. It's fine. Okay. I'm gonna let the help system launch itself up for him. But here it is, it's a browser-based operating system basically that we are now navigating, which is nice. We're gonna go into the package center real quick and just double check. Should have already installed a couple of these. Let's double check to make sure he has a user that's inside the control panel. User. Yep. There he is. Admin is disabled. He's in the admin group. Alright, so we've got that done and created. What we really need to do next is write the information down so that we don't forget. Alright. Handwriting looks like a toddler's. Okay. Should have everything here. You don't need any Wi-Fi. Security. We've got to really do most of this stuff over at his place. Primarily because we have to do it on his IP range. So, we've got folders here that we're going to set up. These are the access methods. It does have rsync, which is really nice. His user groups, his group. These are for, this would be the equivalent of an organizational unit for users. So your user group would be here, like if you have accounting, finance, administrative, medical, you know, like your groups, and then you define those groups and you give those groups permissions, and then whenever you put a user in that group, they get the permissions inherited from that group, which is nice. Let's see, we've got quick connect, early access, external access. This is what we're going to need to set up at his place. It does have a dynamic DNS, which is nice. Let's see what services it provides. Oh, I might have to log out and log back in. Okay. So the two disks look like they're scanning right now. Yeah, it might be doing an update actually. What we can do is go to our DHCP server and check our list. There's the disk station's IP address at 105. See if it came back up. Okay, so the reason why it changed is because we changed its host name. I changed the network name of the device to his first name and then NAS, so maybe we can access it that way. There it is. Okay. So let's write that down. Not secure. All right, and give me just a second. I forgot what that set the password to. That's funny. Now I gotta make a list of the passwords that I thought I used. Okay, hold on. It's only 4 that I could have used. I might have accidentally hit the wrong key because at surgery, those of you that remember my surgery 2 years ago, my fingers are like starting to curl inward, which is annoying. My IP address has been blocked because it has reached the maximum number of failed login attempts allowed within a specific time. Okay, that's embarrassing. It had me set up 3 different passwords, so the password that I was attempting to use was probably not the correct password. So let's see if there's a quick way around this. I know what the quick way is. Actually, that's even better. My local IP is blocked. Cool, let me use a virtual machine.
Is this going to be yours for the backup?
No, I'm setting this up for a customer.
Ah.
There it is. Okay, so it was the other password. Okay, let us go to the control panel and unblock our primary IP. We've got all of our settings here. Here's our block list. Alright, earlier we were looking at the network information for the dynamic DNS. We wanted to see what providers they had, which is good information to know. 5480, isn't that slower than the 6400 or the 6000 series that you have? Okay, external access, add, host provider, they've got Synology, they do have Dyn DNS, they have free DNS, they have Google, change IP, those are some of the more, and no IP, those are some of, and Joker, and free DNS, I think I might have already read that one off. Those are some of the more popular ones. I guess with Synology, you can just register your account. That's nice. With Dyn DNS, which is what I wind up using, you have to provide your host name and then your login. So that's nice to know that he can get this for what I'm hoping is free. And with Heartbeat, it'll let him know when the connection is down, which is also nice. So the last thing we need to do, well, let's get out of this view. Put it back up on the big screen. Oh, nice. Okay, right on. I didn't know the 5000 series was newer than the 6000 series. So weird. Okay, so these are the installed applications, which is nice. We did need those. The last thing we want to do is we want to check the drive size. It's already started kind of creating his file station layout here, which is good. Let's go to the control panel again and check out the info center. There's the 512 megs of RAM, 1.3 gigahertz clock speed. I think this is dual core. Yep, dual core. It already configured it for the Arizona time zone, which was nice. Got his network information. It defaults to workgroup, which is what Windows 10 and Windows 7 and Windows 8 use by default. Let's see. His storage is set to storage pool 1 on both, and it does show 2 terabytes on volume 1, which means it automatically set them up for a RAID. OneDrive is slightly hotter than the other, but they're not running too hot. I mean, 90 degrees Fahrenheit is pretty good for a hard drive. We've pulled some out that are so hot that they burn us. Okay, so it looks like the NAS is constructed and ready to go. It's got the default stuff. We do have to do the setup with it tomorrow, but that shouldn't take too long. And we've got the folders that are already being created. You can right click in this menu. It does give you, even though it's a browser, it does give you its own custom right click menu, which is really nice. The only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't resize well. So I always use it in a maximize window, because if you start resizing it, these inner windows don't resize themselves. Yeah, that's it. We have one notification. It does say it was auto blocked. We already cleared it, so we can get rid of that notification. We'll go ahead and shut the NAS off. You can also press the button on the front. It will automatically shut it off with a proper shutdown sequence. Oh, that sucks. You can see the status light here is turned to green instead of the flashing orange that we had. I suppose that means it's ready. Yep, already done with this. Now I've got to figure out what I want to make for dinner. Like I said, those of you that know me know I like to cook. You're more than welcome to check out my Instagram for my cooking, which is instagram.com/ratatouille. I'll probably just stream it from my RadRace 2KX, so if you like watching me here, you can also watch me on my RadRace 2KX on Twitch. So yeah, let's go ahead and box this sucker up. I would say that the experience of unboxing this Synology is pretty good. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I need more instructions, like what the fuck is this for? I have tried steak with steak and a side of steak. I've actually tried steak, which is steak with a little bit of steak on steak. I haven't tried cooking any porterhouse yet, but I think I'll do that eventually. It could be for an SSD install, but they didn't provide they didn't provide SSD screws. You know what? You're right. That would be a bracket to space them apart, though. So you would put your SSDs and attach them together. Basically, you'd slide them in, and then you would attach them like this, and then brace them using these screws right here, screw holes. Because there's holes right here, these 4. So that's definitely what it is. This is to create a secondary bracing point for your SSD, since they're much smaller than your other offerings. Thank you. I just didn't see that as being the case. I thought they would have provided some kind of adapter, but that's actually a much more economical way of doing it. What's a Haggy? I don't know what a Haggy is. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, haggis. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I don't think I'd ever want to try it. I don't think I'd ever want to try to make that in my own home. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. I will be posting more pictures on Instagram. Haven't uploaded even half the photos that I have from what I've cooked, so I will be doing that eventually. My neighbor, which is the one that I'm cooking for and doing the keto, he really likes my cooking. And I had offered this to him last year, probably about 8 months ago, and I guess at the time we really didn't know each other very well, so it was kind of a weird thing, like to have some 33-year-old guy go, hey man, like if you want to lose the weight, you know, like I can help you, I can cook for you. And he didn't know, but like one day I made chicken parmesan in my air fryer, and the chicken parm that I made too many of them, and so I called him up and I was like, hey man, would you like some food? I made extra and I don't want it to go to waste. And so he was like, I'm not gonna turn down food. And so I wound up bringing him this chicken parm, and I think actually it's on, that one might already be on there. Let me check. Let's see here. You guys are over there. That's off. Hello, Discord. We're winding down, so Instagram.com/ratatouille for those of you that have not gone yet. Some of these pictures aren't very appetizing looking. Like this is a breakfast quiche that I made. It's not super appetizing looking, but it is pretty good. It's just, I don't remember why my photo didn't turn out. I think it was because it was super dark outside. Normally I take pictures when there's natural sunlight. Like this is natural sunlight, and you can tell there's a huge difference in the quality of the picture between natural sunlight and not natural sunlight, man-made light. I also include recipes here, so if you want to try to make these yourselves, I've got recipes here on the descriptions. This was a taco salad. These aren't chips, these are actually just cheese crisps that I made. This is a turkey. Let's see. Did I post that chicken parm yet? No, I didn't. Here, look. You guys really want to see how much I like cooking? Okay. So... I have an I Love to Cook album here on Facebook. So these are the pictures that I need to upload to Instagram. These are carbless tacos, more steak. Let's see here. This is a carbless pizza. It's entirely made of cheese and regular Rouse tomato sauce and mozzarella stuff. This is a low-carb strawberry syrup that you can actually make 1 gram of sugar per serving compared to 22 grams of sugar if you buy the store-bought stuff per serving. Same size serving, which is 1 tablespoon. 19 to 22 grams. Let's see here. So the chicken parm that I made him is... There it is. So I made this chicken parm. No, that's not it. That's not it. Where is it? Got some repetitive pictures in here, which is unfortunate. Lots of steak. Damn, where is it? Wasn't that other one either. Damn, I have pictures of it, but it was basically like the one I just showed you, which what the heck? I just saw it too. It was just, oh, there it is. Okay. So it's like this one, but I brought it with... No, it wasn't a chicken parm. It was a roast chicken. I brought him a roast chicken. That's what it was. Here it is. Okay. I brought him roast chicken, broccoli, some waffle cut sweet potatoes, and some wild grain rice. And he was like... He went to town on it, and he liked it so much. So when I asked him again if he wanted to lose the weight, I brought him one more meal, which was the chicken parm after that. Afterwards, like 8 months later, I was like, hey, dude, if you want to lose the weight, let me know. And he was like, all right, let's try it. And every meal so far, I've cooked him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Today's what? Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. So I didn't cook yesterday. I cooked him Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I cooked him 9 different meals already. Actually 10, because I made a breakfast quiche and then I made dinner that same day. Cooked him 9 different meals, and he hasn't disliked a single one, so I'm on a roll. He's also tightened his belt notch by 1, which is awesome. I feel really good about that. I'm super proud of him, but he's enjoying it. I think we're gonna make a ribs or something next. Anyway, guys, so that's the whole stream for today. We got a lot done. I appreciate all of you guys for sticking with me. Sorry we got a little off topic there towards the end. Yeah, once he's in keto, it's super easy, and he's in keto now, so I've got to give him a keto strip to test with, but I measured myself based on what I was eating, and I've actually had a couple of buns and stuff like that, burger buns, some fries, and I've been in keto for the past 2 weeks, around the same amount of time that he has been. He's not been fat acclimated before, so my metabolism works a little bit differently. I can process the sugar out a lot quicker than he can, because I've been in keto before, but it shouldn't be very hard for him to get into keto this time, and I think he's already there. I've been checking on him daily, asking him how his hunger is, all that other stuff, but yeah, I even pack him snacks. So I pack him little snack bags with like coconut flakes or seeds and stuff like that, because I'm cooking anyway, you know, and he's paying for it. So anyway, that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll build the 8700K 16 gigs of RAM GTX 1660 1 terabyte Crucial P1 SSD, 2 terabyte Western Digital Blue, gigabyte motherboard, and Line M case with a Noctua air cooler, and 600 watt Thermaltake power supply. And we wait for approval for another machine that's almost identical to that one, with a 2 terabyte Intel 660p NVMe drive, which is super fast for the price. The 2 terabyte NVMe drive from Intel is $220. It's insane. And it's almost as fast as the 970 Evo, which is just nuts to think about. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for being here as always. Thank you so much for checking on me, guys. Please join me in Discord. I've been telling you guys that all the time, but nobody joins me in the Discord. Join me in Discord. Come have fun. I'm playing Borderlands 2 currently with Brittany, so if you guys play Borderlands 2, we could definitely use a second or third player. I'm sorry, a third or fourth player. On PC, and would totally love to have you guys. I will be in my downtime. If I'm not streaming, it's because I'm calling customers back and selling them on our monthly maintenance, but soon I'm going to start redesigning the website with your guys' feedback live on stream, so we'll be doing a website redesign. We're currently using Joomla 2.5. We're going to be switching over to WordPress 5.1. It's one content management system to another. I'm going to be using a template called Javelin, which uses the, I don't remember what the framework is, but it's basically a template that I really liked. That's what I was going to pull up on the Discord. Let's do one more thing before we go. Hey, screen mirroring. Hey, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this Javelin theme. It's currently oriented towards medical, not this particular theme. We're going to be using this one, Professional Family Healthcare, because I like the colors, I like the clean layout, but my favorite part is this bottom section right here, because this is how I need to present my monthly maintenance stuff. And I really like that it has it set up this way. And let's face it, computers, stethoscopes, I mean, it's pretty much oriented towards computers already. I need to get rid of this chick. I don't know who she is, Jenna Berg. But yeah, so this is Javelin, Hevelin, I don't know. This is what we're going to be using. I'm going to replace this orange with a, I don't know. I'm just going to replace this whole person. This whole background, everything has got to go. Is this even a medical care? This looks like a dental office. What? Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being here. That's all I've got for today. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go deliver this NAS. Tomorrow's Thursday. Let's see here. Tomorrow I'm going to go deliver this NAS when I get the chance after I get done with my chiropractor, and then I'm going to come back here and do some work. I might not be streaming tomorrow, so please join me in the Discord. Please join me in the Discord. Please join me in the Discord. Discord. I appreciate you guys for coming out. Thank you so much for being here. Catch you next time. Peace out.